I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, and we're back for another session of Valoris, Tantibus, Ravenshade. We've been out for a good 3 weeks due to happenstance, maybe with the will of the gods. We're not quite sure, but we're back and we're strong. All right, so just a short recap of kind of what happened the last time. The player characters were able to come across a wealth of information. They were able to kind of hook up with someone dwelling within the noble quarter, Professor Zakul. He had answered quite a few questions about the motions, the actions going on within the sea, the unrest. Answers about the Nagpa. Answers about some of what is going on within the clerisy. We will set our characters right there just in case there are any follow-up questions. All right. Again, you guys are in the large laboratory / study of Professor Zakul. Again, a short gnome, kind of a funny hat, monocle. He had been answering some of your questions, pulling odd, obscure tomes. And you guys have the floor.
Question.
Answer.
Am I there?
We are going to put everyone there just because of how much time has passed since.
Okay.
He kind of looks at you. You all, again, just absorbing this wealth of knowledge. I know, it's a lot, isn't it? Keeps me up at night. Is there anything else? If not, you can fuck off!
Okay, Gordon Ramsay, calm it down.
Wow. That's not a very nice way to talk to your guests, although I guess to the point.
That's fair, but typically guests are invited.
Touche.
All right, if there's nothing else, he kind of claps his hand, snaps his finger. The butler will come and escort you off the premises. All right, so you guys again
Well, that went well.
taken in a wealth of knowledge. What do you intend to do? Maybe sit back, recollect some of these, formulate plans.
We should probably inform everybody else about this.
All right, and everyone else is? Any individuals in particular? Nobody wants to talk about it?
That we figured out what's going on. And that he no longer has to worry about trying to tell us things that he is magically incapable of telling us.
Fair enough. Any other ideas?
And then I think we have to break into a place.
When do we not?
Well, this time specific place.
That's a valid point. Where is your destination? Where are you headed first?
I vote home.
Yeah. That sounds like a good starting point.
All right. As you guys are traveling the streets, sorry, I got a DM. I'll answer that here in a little bit. It's in the past, Shiz, so you're all caught up, so to speak. As you guys are traveling the streets, you come across kind of an odd gathering. You see several of the Merkaba kind of stationed around the house. It's hard to see what they're talking or with whom they're speaking with at this distance, but you can definitely see the shiny red tabards off their armor down the way. Seems to be a bit of a commotion, ruckus, not quite sure. You can make out what appears to be a large cart kind of set off to the side of one of the houses.
The fuck is going on here?
And this is the point where we share a map.
Can I try to, or can I see more of what's going on? Like, I don't know, maybe try to read some lips.
Oh yeah,
Which is
I mean you
thing
can
I
definitely
recently learned is a thing that I can do.
you
with
can
my feet
definitely
that I took.
attempt so. You'll have to get a little bit closer.
Okay. Just as a note, because I only just realized that this is a thing. Observant lets me read lips if I understand the language.
Very good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So my understanding is you guys are going to approach. As you approach, you can see kind of the captain of the guard is sitting there almost yelling at a couple individuals. And even at this distance, is that Petrovich? He's kind of sitting off, leaning against one of the houses there, just smoking a cigarette. And two of the individuals you think you recognize, were they visitors to your house? Yes, I think they were. The captain of the guard is again just yelling at them. They don't seem agitated. The other Merkava, just kind of rank and file, they're sitting there kind of at attention, not making any motions. Now, Hal, if you want to try to read lips, give me a perception.
Perceivification. I'm gonna do bucket.
Okay.
Because why not?
Because why not? All right. You have a great vantage point upon this. You're able to you can't really make out what the captain is speaking, although he's being loud. So you are going to hear some of that. But as far as the lips go, here's kind of how this conversation goes down, as you rolled very, very well. Captain of the guard, you're not to be here, the woman says. Why not? We have every right to be here. The humanoid standing to her right, or to her left, sorry, doesn't really speak, but you can see some movement of the mouth, maybe some chittering sounds. The captain of the guard, I don't care what you have to say. You are not to be here. The woman, why don't you go ask the bogatir? We have every right to be here. It was signed off, even by some of your masters. That's a brief snippet of the conversation you overheard.
The parts that were not outwardly audible, I convey to the rest of the group.
Okay. You guys can, especially Tanaka, and I believe, Richter, you have an heightened hearing as well. Am I mistaken? Or is that just Tanaka?
It's
both of us.
Okay.
Both of us.
So both of you can pretty clearly hear the captain. Everyone else with just kind of their normal hearing, you'll hear kind of the where he raises his voice up. As far as what the
Just lose him.
Oh no, don't tell me Discord died. No, don't tell me Discord died.
New internet.
Even with
Got new internet, guys. Also, Catherine.
even with
You can't escape it. Let's be honest. It will never leave.
let's try this
You
again.
said you were testing.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Even with fiber connection, Discord will find a way to you in the
Well, what you expect?
right. All right. So again, the woman is not raising her voice at all. Just seems very cool, calm, collected, icy, as it were. You can hear the raised voice of the captain.
Then yeah, I'm conveying her parts as I'm assuming everybody can hear him.
Yes, that is correct. Information relayed. How do you guys want to proceed?
I'm approaching.
All right. As you get closer, stop there. Make me a perception check. This is hearing as well.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
And I'm locking tokens.
Trying to figure out how to grab my dice. There we go.
All right, in the bucket. So as you're approaching, it's not apparent at first. And then all of a sudden, unfortunately, you're not going to see this any faster than the rest. You see a lot of creatures start to scurry around the houses as they pop up. And this one. And I missed one. One. Start to scurry out. They waste no time. They immediately start to attack the Merkaba. If you guys wish to engage in this battle, roll initiatives.
What the fuck?
All right, I see some of them here. Who we missing? Shiz.
But still annoying. So.
And Daigo is also on the board as well, if you wish.
Yep, I gotta pull up his sheet. Or should we do what we normally do and we just share the same turn?
I'm fine with that as well. So
Okey-dokey.
let me put Daigo at your initiative. Boom. I'm gonna put it one slower, but you can choose which you want to go. Everybody
Thank
good?
you.
But Naz had a question.
Naz, you are definitely there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we just put everybody together. Just again, just because of
It's been too damn
happenstance.
long, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think it's unfair just to be like, oh, my character wouldn't be. That's not fun.
Hand wavy bullshit nonsense. Continue.
Basically.
Okay.
And the dice have been cast. Shizuka, you get to react first.
She's gonna be like, what am I looking at?
They are very small. Oh, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 foot might be pushing it. Just gnarled looking bestial things. Beady eyes and smiles as wide as their bodies, filled with razor sharp teeth.
So Shizuka is actually going to walk up, like right here.
Okay.
Okay, how do I target him? Target this one,
Okay.
and shoot a magic missile at it.
Nice.
And so this is the attack.
Boom. You hit it with a magical blast of energy. It just explodes in a small mist of blood.
Ugh. And she's just blank like, okay, they're fragile. Good to know.
Anything else?
And then that's it for Shizuka.
All right, that was creature 5.
Gone again?
Hello?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
No! Stop it, Discord.
This is. Welcome back.
Hey, you're back. Welcome back.
I hate Discord.
Do you want me to
Don't we
boost
all?
the server so we get that bigger bandwidth? Maybe that'll help.
Oh no. And now people are losing connection. What is going on?
Oh my god.
I think it's one of you guys cursed me. That has to be it.
See, Mediacom actually has a witch on staff, and they laid a curse upon you.
I'm not even on Mediacom anymore.
Exactly.
That doesn't stop the witch.
That's
And
true.
here's the thing:
The witch
you're
laid a
fine.
curse upon you when you left.
And if you think you had the reason to say no, well, your compliance is not a factor.
I guess back to the drawing board. All right, so moving on. Our minion 2.
Like, oh, he rolled higher than Daigo?
Oh, sorry, Daigo, if you want to have him take an action.
So Daigo's going to move next to Shizuka.
Okay.
And he is going to look at this one right here and try to put it to sleep with a spell.
Okay, go ahead and target it.
Is it shift or alt to target this thing?
Control.
Control.
There we go.
We had literally no issues on Monday. It was great. And then today happened.
So like the last time you had internet issues.
I don't know. We'll see how this pans out, I guess.
Alright, it's targeted. And here's the spell card.
All right. Spend the magical. And minion 4. All right. Can I add? Let me see if there's a sleep effect. I don't think there is. However, as you cast your spell, the creature just kind of, again, it's just kind of feral, just and almost just rests there. Its claws still arched, its mouth wide open, drooling a little bit on the street.
Sleep is unconscious. They just maintain hit points.
Yep.
So it just goes from all menacing to rah,
Basically.
on its face. And Shizuka just looks at Daigo. So was that easy or hard? Daigo just gives her a look of, what did it look like?
Exactly. It seemed to go to sleep very easily. I marked the one that is asleep with a marker next to it.
Okay.
Minion 2. See what happens here. Strike. Okay, so essentially here's what happens. The minion 2 just kind of goes in to bite the poor bastard Merkava that's standing there. Just lands a solid blow on his armor. Immediately minion 1 moves in to attack. They pounce, sending him to the ground.
Oh my god, they're eating him.
And then
They're gonna eat me.
you hear a commotion coming from the south. The streets, the cobbled street starts to split apart, stone just kind of spreading, and out from the ground another creature arises. And in the center of the street, same effect. Sorry, in the center of the alleyway over here. Come on. If I can mark it. There we go. Another body appears, seemingly out of nowhere. It has a definite feminine form. No eyes, and almost fins growing out of the side of its face. Boris.
Yeah, lovely. Let's see, where can I get to? I also don't see the one that is sleeping.
It's the one with the ampersand next to it
That is correct.
in the middle of the road. It's 4. Number 4 is sleeping.
That is correct.
Okay. I literally. Oh, I can. Never mind. So I am going to whack this one with a very sharp stick.
All right.
Never mind. I don't think I hit it with a sharp stick.
You have your, is it a mace? Sword?
Did that not roll?
Yeah, roll.
It roll.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it
Sword.
But you disconnected because we're cursed. I'm going to blame
It
you
is
guys
a
at this point.
This might not be a bad idea.
It did indeed miss.
Yeah, I saw it roll a 4 total. So,
Yes.
Or 4 on top of my +5, and I'm just like,
What weapon were you using?
Sword of Pious Conviction.
Gotcha. So you swing your sword. It kind of just moves slightly to the side, turning it into a glancing blow.
All right.
Anything else?
No, that is my turn.
All right.
That button.
All right. Minion 4, he sleeps. I don't think he gets a saving throw versus that. I think he has to be harmed or somebody has to rouse
Wake
him.
him up. Yeah.
Tanaka.
Oh shit.
It is bedlam in the streets. The Merkava are panicking. The captain is kind of caught between looking at these individuals and looking at the street. Petrovich, the woman, the Bugram-looking individual, do nothing.
Right then. Let's start cleaning up.
Okay. All right, so we got to move here.
Is the Iron Mask dude with them?
He is not. Very perceptive.
Okay. I thought that was the case. And I have a hunch as to why.
And you strike with all your fury. All right. You bring your katana down, clefting this gnarled minion beast in twain. It leaves a small pool of blood at your feet. Defeated. That was 3.
Can't quite make it to that thing.
No, but you can see the visage of that feminine form in front of you. It does not look inviting.
Move here.
Okay.
The
Intern?
old classic 5-foot step. And yes.
All right, minion 1.
Assuming that button went through.
All right, and it did. Oop. All right. The Merkava that was pinned down between these two is gnawed. You can see he's just screaming. Ah! Ah! It's blood just kind of spraying out from in between the slats in his armor. These creatures just gnawing at it, looking up at the other Merkava. Naz.
Let me see. I'm gonna go bring myself up onto this rooftop over here.
Okay, with Droney.
Yep.
Boop.
Which one's asleep?
The one with the ampersand next to it.
This one.
Number
Okay.
4. Number 4 is asleep.
Okay. Let's help Mr. Merkava. I take a shot at that guy.
All right.
Crap, where is it? There it is. I think I found it.
And you have a rifle, yes?
Yes.
So you kind of cock it real quick, pull back the hammer, bam! Roll damage.
I think it's dead, Jim.
It is dead. A
I don't think he
spray,
even needs to roll damage.
a spray of blood into the air as it hits. You can hear the almost the off the sound of the cobbled street as it flumps over dead.
Naz whispers to Droney, "Boom, headshot."
Do you get 2 shots or just 1?
Just one.
But it does
That's my turn.
3d8 damage, so.
Boom, dead.
It's kind of an all or nothing shot.
Was very effective. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
Moving on to Hal.
So I am going to use Step of the Wind.
Okay.
So I can double move to there.
Okay.
Which is not even all of my movement.
Poof.
And attack minion 1.
All right. Roll to hit.
Un momento. Equipment pay actions. That's what I'm looking for. This is my quarterstaff. Then damage is boop. Do I get 10 hit points from that?
You do indeed.
Excellent.
And that
Smoke
was
level plus
1.
wisdom. Plus wisdom, right? That's
So as you
12?
just assumingly just appear out of nowhere, moving in a flash, you bring your fist down and bam!
We have a very nimble party, I've noticed.
Very.
And then I'm gonna use some of the rest of my movement to move there and hit number 4, which is unconscious.
Okay.
But still could wake up.
Advantage,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
If it's unconscious, I think it also auto crits if I hit.
I don't.
But I could be wrong.
I think it's dead regardless.
It's gonna die.
It's a moot point anyways, as again you just swing
Oh, I
over.
forgot to target it.
Crap. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
Minion 4. Confirmed kill.
And then, so that was 80, 85, and then another 5 feet just to put some distance
All right.
between, to put a barrier
Fair-
between the
fair enough.
Merkaba and these other
As-
enemies.
As you take your final steps there, felling several of these creatures, you hear again the splitting of the street as another one emerges. This one, however, is not taking no action. He immediately rises up, takes 2 slashes at the Merkaba standing next to him with his long, sharp claws. Strike. And strike. As he brings his claws across the chests of these Merkaba, you can hear the scrape of metal as it just digs in and they kind of scream. They're still standing, but they do not like that. That is round 1. However, the captain is going to move over. Stand your ground, men! Draws his sword, takes a swing on this beast before him. Strike. The sword that he's brandishing, he brings it down in a flash, and it strikes across the chest of this creature. It had to have cleft him in twain, but barely left a scratch down him. Shizuka.
Right. So, Shizuka's gonna walk forward. Then I call it to Boris. Boris, you got that one? Boris?
Boris is quintuple
Hello.
muted.
I am back
Welcome back.
from the
She's gonna
quintuple muting.
She's gonna call out. You got that one?
Depends.
On what?
Whether or not my drunkenness wears off.
He
Oh,
does
for
not
the
seem
love
too
of-
confident.
Oh, for the
He does not seem confident in the fact that he's already missed, like, wildly to the left.
You remembered what happened when your companions are separated.
Shizuka's actually going to take aim at the one that Boris is fighting.
Okay.
And she's going to fire a Chaos Bolt at it.
Okay. Target
So-
and let loose.
Boris is going to lean slightly to the right.
Boris engages in the patented drunken fist technique of sloshing.
And your chaos bolt finds its mark, just arching over the right shoulder of your avian companion.
So roll 2d8 plus 1d6. So one of the d8s is going to be fire.
Okay.
Is that how it works? I think you
Yeah.
pick when you roll the d8s.
Make it on hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6. Choose one of the d8s, the number. Roll on that.
Yeah, so
die.
4 or 5.
Okay, so. Oh, then that case I can only pick force or lightning. Then in that case, let's just make it lightning.
Okay. Fair enough. So, as you let out your chaos bolt, it kind of sizzles and sparks across the air. It strikes into this creature. You can see it kind of just pushed back a few inches, but it did not do the damage you were hoping for.
She's just going to click the back of her tongue, like rather annoyed. So like, Daigo, you're up.
All right.
Daigo looks at her, nods, focuses on the gnarl, and casts Entangle.
Okay.
Here's the spell. It'll reload. Ooh.
Entangle. I pulled it up.
Okay.
Boop. All right. Grasping weeds, vines, 20-foot square from point. I imagine you just want to engulf the...
Yep.
It's difficult terrain. Must strength save or be restrained. All right, so strength. And it was gnarl 2. And save. I rolled a 16. What is your DC?
It broke free. DC was a 10.
Okay. Yeah, it just sees the vine starting to grow around it. It very quickly just whoosh, whoosh, slashes its claws around, making a gap. But a valiant effort.
And Daigo would just like hide back under Shizuka's robe and just like sit there a bit afraid of it.
All right, fair enough. Gnarl 2. He looks at you, Boris. He is
dear.
going to start to circle around as he attacks. Multi-attack.
He was speedy good, isn't he?
First, he lashes out with one of his mighty claws.
Ow.
That is a strike. Did I not target you? Hold on.
Nope.
There we go. I'm pretty sure 23 will hit you regardless.
Yes. No, it will.
Slashing
AC's a
damage
24.
for 10 points of damage.
Double ow.
All right. So he brings his other claw to bear. However, he comes down with a mighty bite. A feint. And his teeth just clangs off your sturdy armor. You are so lucky. All right. So the minion...
Yeah, how do you like the taste of steel? Wait, why did I become... Never mind.
Very good. All right. So this one will start to perform. And let's see. Okay. Boop. That completes her action, and we are back to Boris.
What the fuck? Huh. That's concerning.
Boris, it is your turn, if you can do so.
Actions.
He seemed to,
Am I still
again,
in?
attack
Yes,
you,
I am.
moving around you, making his way towards Shizuka, as you bring down that mighty, mighty sword. Strike.
Whoop.
For the worst damage possible. Again,
I
maybe,
told you I'm drunk.
maybe it's because he's moving out of range. Your sword tip barely digs into him, unfortunately.
Would I be able to move back around him?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you stay within his 5. Yep.
I guess I just have to go straight across to him.
That's
But,
it,
yeah.
it's fine. You have enough
Or-
movement.
Boris, you
Got
can do this.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't done this in a while, okay?
Yeah, I'm just reminding you.
Thanks.
All right.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. I'll boost you guys as soon as my my boost comes back.
Right on. Anything else? If not, Makoto, it's your turn.
Okay, so this thing has no eyes.
It does not.
So something tells me darkness ain't gonna do diddly dick.
If that's helpful.
Oh god, it's been Dynamaxed.
I was gonna say, wait, when did the nurses from Silent Hill get here?
What would you like to do?
Right. Well, I don't know what it was doing, but I don't want it to complete whatever it was doing. We going
Probably a
in.
pretty good policy.
We going in.
All right. You charge in, katana raised high.
Take that fucking swing.
Oh, and
That's a hit.
you strike.
Command death?
Oh yeah, female.
And that damage. You slice with your katana. You know your strike was true. Even the magic is not able to fully penetrate its thick, leathery skin. Anything else?
All right then. Can I use my bonus action between attacks?
What's your intent?
Hex.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for another swing.
All right, let's do this.
That's a clean hit.
Oh, it is. Very, very good. Your attack, again, partially resisted. But the hex rings true. Odd. If nothing else, we are back to Naz.
I am going to specify strength as the ability checks it's going to have disadvantage on.
Okay. Keep me honest. All right, Master Gnome.
I'm trying to get in the habit of pressing the button and you're pressing it for me.
Sorry. It's habited for me at this point. Naz, it is your go.
Naz is going to lend some aid to his feathered friend, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
You made the call I wanted. I was hoping you would.
Again, you aim your rifle. The projectile flies true and straight. Bang! Oh, it's going to feel that in the morning.
Jesus, that thing is tanky.
Nice.
It's a good fucking hit.
Boris, you're right there. The bullet just barely arches over your back and shoulder, strikes into the shoulder of this creature, and you can see the kind of the small indent as the bullet's pressed in, and you see a small spurt of blood out the back. Anything else, Naz?
Nope, that's it.
Good shooting. Keep it up.
Brother Monk.
Would it be a full action to see if Petrovich is Petrovich?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to move and attack the thing.
For clarification, everybody that's seen you guys have interacted with Petrovich many times, you have no reason to disbelieve that, so you would have to really dig into it to look.
Gotcha. Let's see then.
All right, you move in, standing toe-to-toe with the captain, the Merkava, typically fairly stalwart. Again, with these creatures and the sudden appearance and that critical failure, they're panicking.
That was a very smooth transition in what you were saying, Ather.
But the second hit, as you follow it up, I don't know, with like an elbow, crack. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you use a quarterstaff.
Yeah.
You bring it
Quarterstaff
around
to
and
start.
just crack, smack it. Again, it's almost as though the skin on these creatures is just stretched either incredibly tight or it's durable. You hit, but you still feel like it's super durable.
I would like to spend a key to stunning strike him.
Okay.
I can do that momentarily once I pull up my ability there. And then, oh, cool. So that's not great.
No, it made it save.
That's fine. So then my unarmed strike from a bonus action.
Okay. Strike.
And I'm going to use another key to do another stunning strike.
Okay. Roll well. Or have him roll bad. Again, just those massive
That's
rolls. A testament to its constitution, its durability.
Well, hopefully it's focusing on me now.
Indeed. Gnarl 1. So, what is it going to do? It is going to... multi-attack. Let me do something here real quick. Just to fuck with you guys. Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, now I know to ignore that roll. Or do I?
Or do you? Hal.
Mm-hmm.
Your gambit worked. He follows in immediately with a claw,
All right.
striking you heartedly. Ooh, for some pretty good damage. Is he going for a bite? No. Another claw. Should have went with a bite. That's it. Again, he overreached, just kind of missing you barely. All right, so let's do some of this. The Merkava. Do some attacks. 1 will hit. 2 will hit. Wow. 3rd will not. Captain of the Guard. They almost, again, they're slightly panicked. Had it been a more fortuitous circumstance for them, they would have struck in pure unison. They're slightly out of sync, but still able to do some damage to this creature. Recorded, and All right, and I need to do. One second. All right, that's prepped. We're good. All right, so the battle around you has been going on for a couple turns here. These mysterious, almost undead-like beings that have appeared out of the ground, out of the shadows. You can hear the sounds of sword and claw and fang, and out of nowhere you hear a loud bang coming from atop the roof. Somewhere in this general vicinity. Shizuka.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. That doesn't sound good. First off, I'm gonna let Boris have fun with his friend over here. We're just gonna go over here.
We're just gonna off over here.
You're gonna see Boris motion you towards the whatever the noise
He's like,
was.
oh God, don't leave me.
No, come back.
I am not a
need my
paladin. I can run.
I am only lonely cleric. Well, I cannot.
All right,
this.
so Shizuka, as you kind of saunter over there, pick a square.
Right there's good. And she's going to see how fighting that thing.
Define thing.
Exactly.
Fish head?
Which thing? There are many things.
The fish thing.
Okay, fish thing.
And she's actually going to point at Makoto and using careful spell, specifically targeting him, drop a fireball in that area because whatever it is needs to die in a fire.
Okay, fair enough.
So it's careful spell targeting Makoto, so he gets
so
advantage.
just target that creature.
Okay.
I still take half damage.
Oh,
I'm helping, don't worry. Wait, you still take half damage?
Careful spell doesn't. That just makes me
It's
make
not
the saving throw.
advantage. It's you choose who has to make a saving throw. You can cause your allies or enemies to autosave.
I'll record the damage manually. Don't worry.
Oh right, and because I keep thinking that you were Hal because Hal has evasion.
I do not have evasion, but that's okay.
The Merkava, on the other hand, do not. Please do not throw a fireball at me.
no, it's fine.
So I won't.
It's fine.
Merkava might be angry, and that's not a very good thing.
So I won't. So here's the fireball.
Success.
God damn it!
Good saves.
Wow, exactly. But
Yeah.
it's-
And here's the fire.
Okay,
All right.
14 damage.
Yeah, not bad. The fire, again, it's a big boom. It hurts. You can tell that it hurt her.
How does she look now? Other than slightly cooked.
If you look on the combat list, you can see that she appears to have light wounds.
Yes.
Oh, so it didn't change. Okay.
So again, her flesh. Had you cast that at like a human, like or, your average
Higher spell
humanoid,
level?
your average humanoid, it would have possibly burned their clothes, and they would have burn marks running down their body. You can see some dark spots and ash on the skin, but no like bubbling or boiling of the skin.
Alright. And also, Makoto, just for clarity's sake, you specified strength as your disadvantage, correct?
For ability
not
checks.
Saves.
Or ability checks?
Ability checks only.
Okay. And then, I've seen that thing just still standing. She's like, God damn it. And to end her turn, she's going to use a quick action to crush down a level 2 and regain a level 1 slot using sorcery points.
Okay. And then you've got Daigo.
Interesting choice.
And then Daigo's going to run up. And then he's still looking at this Gnarl, and he's going to cast Dancing Lights on it.
Okay.
So yes, now the Gnarl is surrounded by shiny lights.
They get a save, do they not?
Hold on, I have to target him still.
I'm not even sure that does anything.
It's just meant to be a distraction. And it mentions nothing about a save.
You can just rule that. I think that's one of those things you can just rule however you want it.
All right. There's no save for Dancing Lights?
Nope.
There's no effect other than generates light either.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was thinking Fairy Fire. Sorry.
Oh, so right now Dagger's trying to get this thing's attention to look elsewhere.
I am with you. Couple things here in the background. And 1 second. All right, so my turn. Gnarl 1 is here. Is that correct? Yes.
Gnarl 1 is in front of Hal.
Yes, but it is Gnarl 2's turn. Boris,
Hello.
let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh.
You don't get to attack. I get to attack you. That's not how this works.
I got Pavloved. It was like, oh, he said my name. It definitely is my time to attack.
Why
And then
Boris is confused. He brings a claw.
Oh god! Oh god!
For
My
a
insolence
critical
has
hit.
been- I've been damaged badly in my insolence. Holy shit!
All right. So seeing the claw was super effective,
Ow!
you will attack with another claw. Oh, are you kidding me?
Are you serious?
Wow.
Are you serious?
Are
Are
you?
you
Using
serious?
loaded dice.
I am not.
Loaded digital dice.
No.
Loaded
If I was using loaded digital dice, I would not purposely go after Boris, considering the last time.
I think
I'm
Maddie's
sorry.
gone through enough shit with his characters already with bad luck.
My characters are just good at dying. It's fine.
I guess. Unfortunately, he follows up with a couple quick claws. Okay.
Okay. No,
Motherfucker broke out the limit break. God damn.
Yeah, really.
I know what I'm doing. I'm devolving Boris next turn.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so there's
I'm gonna heal myself.
yeah, that's
No.
probably
No, don't. I got you.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm devolving you next turn.
Alright.
and hold on, something got screwed up here.
I'm really curious what's going to happen by devolving, but I want to be surprised.
You do. Okay. So the commandant gets to take her actions. She looks at you, Makoto. And that's not what we want. There. First, multi-attack. No, we're not going to do that. I am on fire tonight. Strike and some damage. She is not as graceful as her companions, as she basically just clubs you upside the head. And your concentration was successful. And she can follow that up with another strike. Does she hit? She does, which is great. And the part everyone's been waiting for. Here. More minions. Yay.
Oh, good. Looks like that devolving will have to wait another turn.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's
lovely.
the end. Boris, it is now your turn.
Okay, I am going back with my first option of healing the fuck out of myself.
Okay.
Back up first.
Prayer of healing, healing word. Where's Cure Wounds? There it is.
Okay. That's
You healed the gnarl.
that's okay. I'll fix it. Good job. I like this.
Oh no, we have a traitor. Mass,
You're
kill
a
him.
traitor.
Oh my
Mass, kill
god.
him.
All right. So
No,
damage.
it's gonna be great. I'm planning on making him turn his back on me.
All right, and let's apply yours here. So that would be 16. No, math. Why you make me do math?
I'm sorry.
No. 11. Does that sound correct?
I think so.
32 minus 21? Yes, 11.
Yes.
Okay. Fixed. All right. Anything else?
Don't forget to add the 21 damage back to the gnarl.
I did.
You did.
Okay.
Okay. No, I'm good at the moment.
Okay. Makoto.
All right then. I'm gonna cast Armor Agathis. Not. Should update my spell slots. Give myself that sweet temp HP, and I'm gonna move over here.
Okay. Done and done.
And just kind of like gesture at the things, like come at me.
Come at me, bro. All right. Gnarl 1. 1 second. It technically should go after Peter. I messed it up.
So
Hal, it
it's
is your turn.
then-
Oh, no, I
should be
skipped. It should be Naz. Yep. When I brought those other minions in, I accidentally updated.
I
Naz.
think you also hit advanced turn when I did.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have Droney play Air Bomber.
Nice.
So he's going to drop. Damn it. That thing on top of 5, so it should splash to 2 and 3 as well.
Okay.
Dex check for no damage, 3d6 otherwise.
I'm not even going to roll the dex checks. You instantly obliterate them.
Yay! And then I'm going to continue trying to help Boris, even though I don't actually believe I can make 3 shots in a row. Yep.
You had to doubt yourself.
Unfortunately, no. Your
No.
shot swings wide. Just too much going on, but your tactic with the drone, it was super effective, obviously. These things are not hardy, but man, can they dish out the damage in quick spurts.
Okay.
Hal.
I am going to continue beating up a thing.
Okay.
Still targeting. Attack. Nope. Attack.
Better. Strike.
For that much damage.
Nice. Solid strike.
And I'm gonna flurry of blows for
Okay.
a key point, which is I'm just gonna roll the attacks.
Okay.
First Damn. So 1 does damage.
Okay. Whackety smackety.
And that is my turn.
All right. So looks like my turn. Gnarl 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is going to first attack one of the Merkava.
I would like to attack him with Sentinel.
Oh. Okay. And that's a strike.
Lubu would be proud.
So much fun.
Those extra damages. All right. It doesn't prevent his attack from going off.
Nope.
Okay. So he still
It's
strikes.
also not attack of opportunity, so he does still technically have movement.
Okay. Well, he ain't moving nowhere. However, he just ripped through one of the Merkava damaged previously. However, he's got his eyes set on you this time. Brings both of his claws back. Going to try to just slice and dice. Nope. Bite.
Nope.
Oh, why? Why? Okay.
I just imagine Hal just bopping him on the face with the quarterstaff as he faint.
No.
So,
Bad.
pretty much end of round 3 here. The Merkava are going to try to
I think we
dish
lost
out.
Athrun again.
We did.
No!
Of course.
No, bad internet.
Counter.
We need to
Hi,
watch.
welcome back.
We do need a counter.
Discord is terrible. We should just do this all through text. We'll just call
No.
start a conference call on cell phones.
No.
We're going real
I
old
got
school,
an
aren't
idea,
we?
Athrun. I got an idea, Athrun. You could just pay for all of us to visit you and then do it live.
Every week.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
No, no. What if one of us brought beers every week?
Oh, well, that's a done
Like-
deal.
Like one of us will bring, like you supply the tickets and the lodging. So the rest of us will bring like the food and the beer.
All right.
That sounds fair, right?
So, essentially, here's how this plays out at the end of the round. The two Merkava try to strike back at the Gnarl. They both strike in succession, just ripping a little bit of gashing across it, giving ample opportunity for the captain, who did roll a critical hit, to thrust his sword deep within this creature. It is still standing, however, but you can see kind of the blood and ichor just dripping out of the body. All right, updated. Off to the side, Petrovich has been watching. He sees his companion Boris start to take damage. He starts to take a few steps forward, puts his hand on his sword, looks over at the other two, takes his hand off the sword, and they start to move down the street.
I gave you a belt, you asshole.
Shizuka.
Okay, now that most of that has been resolved, Shizuka is going to turn toward Boris, knows that he's still struggling, and make good on the devolving promise.
Okay.
She's going to gesture towards him and cast Polymorph.
Ooh.
Okay.
And now he's a T-Rex.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
See, I told you I was going to devolve you.
Yeah, this is fun.
His bird wings start to grow and shape as he just monsters over this guy. They're probably something like that, maybe.
And you also have all the hit die and the abilities of a T-Rex.
So we'll just kind of have to keep that on paper, per se. We'll have to think of a way to do these crazy polymorphs.
Yeah.
Anything else from you? If not, Daigo.
And then Daigo's turn. Daigo's just going to... What can he do? You know, he's just gonna go for it and cast Confusion on the Gnarl that's been beating on Boris.
Okay.
So hang on, let me target. Oh no, it's still targeted. Nice.
And that should be a targeted spell. I think it'll roll its saving throw. Yes? No? Yeah. Oh, wow. It fails.
Wow.
It is confused.
Mm,
And Daigo looks very pleased with himself.
Can you drop the spell card? What effect is it?
Oh, right, because you have to roll a.
it's a D10 every round.
And then
Yeah,
it does
It's the
a
save at the end of its
Okay,
turn.
so we'll deal with that when it gets to it. So we are at its turn. Okay. It's a D10.
Yes.
Yeah.
3.
You are still
It
confused.
does nothing.
Okay. I do nothing.
It can save again at the end of every turn, though.
Okay. Let's see. What's the DC? Oh, that might be close.
Wisdom DC 8, so it breaks free.
No, it's got a -1.
It's 10.
It's
10.
your spell save, DC.
Oh, it's my right, so it's a 10. My bad. So DC 10, so he's still confused.
Yeah, and then he's not gonna break out of that. All right,
Nope.
Commandette. So what is it going
Hi.
to do?
Bye.
Stop it!
5.
Now it's not even going red.
Oh man.
This isn't gonna get old quick.
Well,
Yeah,
at least it was quick that
I
time.
know. We'll take a break here, and I'll relaunch Discord. I think. Launch it into space. So let's do this. Tanaka. It looks at you. And you're already targeted.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, I tried. All right. Okay, I can't do that yet. That's okay. Minion 1 is still going to attack. Here's the
Oh, it hit
question.
me?
Here's the question. Armor of Agathis, does it go before the damage is
Oh shit! I hit the wrong target. Sorry. Heal that up, please.
I will deal that. Question. Armor of Agathis. When the damage is done, is it done before the creature finishes its attack, or does it still go through?
It's triggered by damage being taken.
Okay.
to
It
the
says
target.
if a creature hits you with a melee attack while you have these hit points.
Okay.
I
So you'll
believe
still
the
take
hit still
damage,
goes- yeah.
and it explodes. And
Yeah, and then it dies.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, I clicked the button a little too
You're
fast.
fine. However, it was 22.
Well, 20. It added the die because hex. I didn't realize hex counted for that.
All right. So that's done. First,
Shouldn't.
First legendary action. Boris.
Running like a bitch.
T-Rexus.
Hello.
Wait, what was the legendary action?
She moved.
Running.
Did not provoke
that
an
a
attack of
disengage?
opportunity.
What?
Does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
So it was a disengage, got it. All I wanted to hear. Or all I needed to hear, rather. Anyway, yeah, Boris's turn.
It is your turn. I don't know the stats of a T-Rex, so
Well, I
neither
can
do
tell you this: it has a +10 on attack.
yeah, just roll a D20.
I will DM. Oh, Shiz has it.
Alright, I'll just DM it.
You have a bite and a tail for your multi attack. It's a +10 on both. I
Okay.
can tell you the damage if you hit.
I think it's supposed. I think the bite and the tail have to be two different targets, according
Do
to the
they?
stat block.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
a bite on one target, a tail on the
Okay.
other.
So,
I will say the bite does more damage.
Yeah.
A lot more damage.
so,
Especially if you catch it, you can just crunch on it.
so it sounds like roll a d20. We'll add 10.
By the way, there's the stat block sheet.
Okay, thanks.
I still have the attack roll saved from last time.
Alright, so it is a. Where did you post this? Oh, thank you. Yes. And that didn't actually display the thing. No, there it is. There it goes. Okay, now it's working. So D10 plus 10, or D20 plus 10.
Mm-hmm. So
So 15.
a 15, and their AC is 15. That is a strike. So let's roll some
All right.
damage.
4d12
Plus 7.
plus 7.
If you do a +5 and a +2, it at the bottom of your screen, it does.
Oh, okay.
7 for you. That's what those.
Oh,
are for.
so that's what that's for.
So it is
Thank
29 damage.
Wow.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
I will manually add that.
I didn't realize you could hit both of those at once.
All right, recorded. Anything else?
It has to make a strength save or be grappled.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And if it's grappled, he gets to chew on him.
It's you can only make bites against.
He did
that.
not make that. He is grappled.
It's just you can only now bite that target.
So now, now Boris has a chew toy.
Yeah, you see Boris picking the what is it called? Gnarl up in his mouth, and gives him a little toss.
That is awesome. Just.
Thank you, Riz.
Oh, it's actually restrained, by the way, so you get advantage from now on.
That's awesome. I'll add the effect.
yeah.
You do still have your tail attack if you get in range of something, as well as your movement.
Let's see. Let me double check my movement.
I think it's 50.
Oh, it is.
40.
It's funny. You're just carrying it with you in its mouth.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna wander over here.
Also, you have a 10-foot reach.
Yeah, I'll manually move you over since you kind of got
Okay.
disconnected.
So I got disconnected again.
You did.
Ah, lovely.
So it's
we'll-
plus 10 to attack.
Yeah, we'll come back to him here real quick. Second legendary action. she-
Tail 10 and D20 plus 10, and then 3D8 plus 7.
Is it running again? Damn.
I might. Did we lose?
No, I'm here.
Who's
Okay.
doing legendary actions while you're doing stuff.
Oh, I'm back.
I rolled for you. You hit. You can roll your damage.
Sweet.
It's not the same damage. It is now
3d8 plus 7.
Yeah, 3D8.
For another 21 points of damage.
Punkin my kill.
He did. He absolutely did. He smashes. He comes over with the gnarl in its mouth and just turns a 180, swings its tail. The Merkava have to half duck. Even Hal is like, "Oh my god!" Swings, smacks the second gnarl into the building, and it is not getting back up. And she, of course, vanished with the knight Makoto. It is your turn.
And the other one just vanished.
The one you were fighting, the feminine form, just basically transformed into mist and just is out.
Oops, sorry, Boris. Didn't mean to do that.
The only one that's left is the creature within the T-Rex's mouth. We all know how this is going to end. So we'll effectively...
I'm just gonna scamper up. Try and scamper up to this roof.
Okay, as you try to kind of... You take a few moments, try to climb up. You won't make it all the way, per se, to the top, just looking for footfalls and stuff, but you'll be able to make it up. We are going to effectively say we are out of combat. That gnarl that you have in your mouth is basically defenseless coup de grace at this point.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, what am I gonna do? Eldritch Blast that?
Right.
Boris adjusts it in his mouth and just cracks its back over the corner of a building.
Gotcha. And I assume you're going to transform back. The Merkava are looking at you, but seeing as that you felled one of the beasts, they don't immediately attack you. I think Shizuka can drop the spell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't drop it myself.
Yeah. She said, don't mind him. He's just plus sized right now.
You hear the captain of the guard. What the hell were those things?
That's what I want to know. Also, where'd your captain go? Not you, the...
What? Shizuka, shush. Captain, I am sorry that we couldn't save all of your men. I'm only glad we were here in time to save some of you.
We are here to protect the citizens. I think you would fall under that. I appreciate the assistance.
I wish we only knew what those things were.
I've heard reports they've been popping up all over the city. I did not expect to find them up here.
All over the city.
Yes.
Is it mostly in the Undercity then?
Yes. That's where the majority of the reports are coming from. The shadows.
And without the lights, so... Boris just kind of grumbles at the development.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was checking to see if I could figure out what the source of that explosion was. That's why I climbed up. Do I see anything out of the ordinary?
It did not sound like an explosion. It sounded very similar to what Naz does.
Oh, a gunshot.
Blow things up.
Touche, salesman. Yeah, you don't see any sign of explosion, and you start to put things together. Somebody was up here with a rifle. None of your friends were struck.
But they're not there anymore.
Make me I'll give you your choice. Either perception or investigate. Just tell me how you're going about trying to find... Using your eyes.
I was just taking a cursory glance around.
Okay, perception. There we go. In the tower. All right, so we will get back to you, as it is going to take some time for you to... I know you said a cursory glance, but you're going to start to see some things that will lead you to other things, kind of, so to speak.
I just found a rabbit hole, didn't I?
a little bit, yeah. So, as you're doing that, the rest of the group is kind of talking with the captain.
Right.
I'll be honest. We're actually kind of lucky you came along when you did. I don't think the 5 of us would have survived.
I'm glad we could be of assistance. What the hell was going on when we showed up with those 2? And I don't know what they were, but I do know that one of them was Clarisy.
Petrovich is well known amongst the city. He kind of looks over at Boris now that he's not in T-Rex form. A companion of yours, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed he is. Although we haven't been working together for a little while.
As I know you were the ones who brought the archer, Brother Hawk, I believe, to justice. I will share this. That group, it's my understanding they were hired by the Clarisy. As for what they are up to, I do not know. But it can be no good, I tell you this. Makoto, as you're kind of looking around, you start to see something that's a little out of place. It kind of draws you over to another rooftop. And you see almost like it would be incredibly hard to see at first, as it was just camouflaged is the best term. Something was done purposely to kind of obscure this area. As you would inspect a little bit more, you can see it's kind of like built up and out of this building, and there is a mat that's been laid down, like a real thin blanket. The only thing that you find is a little glint of metal in the corner.
Did he have a fucking ghillie suit on?
Not quite to that extent.
I was also sitting here thinking, did I just find one of the hiding spots in Assassin's Creed?
Maybe. Makoto, from your vantage point, you can see one of the Merkava just very anxiously running down the street. He comes down, he turns, Captain! He kind of looks at the party. Excuse me a moment. He walks over and starts talking to him. Very quickly, they kind of realize the situation is for their eyes and ears only as they start to walk away. But the little bit of conversation you have, what? Dead?
I can read lips.
He has a metal helmet on.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Could I hear him with my passive perception?
Again, the little bits and quips that you guys are going to gather, I'm just doing this collectively. What? Dead? Yes, it's confirmed. Does the Tenyo know? No, sir. Kokushenko. Yes, sir. And he just runs off down the street or whatever.
Boris is going to... Is that what all of us have basically heard?
Yeah, those are the bits and
Okay.
pieces that you guys had heard. He starts walking down the street towards you guys, none too quickly. He doesn't seem to be carrying his shoulders in the same way. It seems the night has grown a little colder. If you like, I can help. I have my men escort you back to your estate.
We should be fine on our own. You clearly have your own business to attend to. We are also... we've worked with the Constable Krashenko before, and we know you are all very busy men. If you have need of our assistance again, our estate is, as you probably know, up in the Noble Quarter.
He kind of looks you over, NPC making an insight check sort of look.
And that was a legit offer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again, he didn't make the rank of captain just by happen chance, you know. He's calculating. He's smart. He's not just muscle and a sword. And he kind of glances you guys over. I will tell you this, because you have assisted so much in the past. There's been an assassination tonight.
Okay.
We find the Merkava wanting. You may very well find we take you up on that offer. However, tonight, I suggest you get some rest.
If I may ask one more question, are you at liberty to say whose assassination?
You hear Boris cough from behind you.
And he immediately looks over at Boris. You must understand my trepidations. The Onroi are working for your clerisy.
I can take my leave if I want. If you need.
Oh.
Would it matter? We all know you will find out from your companions one way or another.
I think I've He just motions.
Yeah, I don't completely distrust you, Avian One. However, you must understand.
Of course, interagency politics are never a lovely subject to be sat on.
Answer me
If
this.
it makes
Sorry, he's very committed to getting what he wants, so to speak. He approaches you, Boris. At first, it almost seems slightly menacing, but you don't think that's he's gonna come over and smack you. He's just kind of, again, he's big and meaty. But answer me this: you stood by, protected my men, protected your companions. And that bastard did nothing. I saw him walk away. Answer me why.
Boris gives a genuine shrug. I have no answer.
I suppose that will have to do.
I've been out of the loop, at least for 2 weeks now.
I say very quietly to the captain, there's more than just the Unrory that is wrong in the clerisy.
He looks over at you. There is a great many things that are wrong within the city.
At this rate, I'm going to question whether or not I should be heading back to the clerisy. I might disappear, if you know what I mean, if I go back.
I will leave that up to you. However, I feel something dark is brewing. Not just this accursed snow. Something bigger, something closer to home. There has not been war in the streets for a long time, but if I'm right, guard yourselves, become stalwart. That is all that I can ask. I am but one man, but I will do what I must to protect the city I love.
It's all anybody can ask.
At this point, we'll open it up if you guys want to speak to him.
We are also, while we are new to this city, we do currently call it home. We will also do what we can to protect it.
I appreciate that. Again, not all will turn a blind eye. Many know what you have done to the city. Done for the city, rather.
In my head. Yeah.
You done
two might
it up.
also. Two might also be
So be
accurate.
valid. 2 is also valid.
At this point, he takes a moment. He kind of flings the blood and ichor off of his sword, sheathes it, and he pulls off his helmet and kind of tucks it underneath like he was carrying a ball. And you can see he's a fairly handsome man, very strong jawline, clean shaven, very short militaristic style haircut. But in his eyes, you don't see that ferocity that you would expect of, someone of his position, a bred warrior, a stalwart protector of the city. You see kind of a gentleness in his eyes, and he kind of looks at all of you, just, I don't know, maybe sizing you up, seeing with his own eyes, unobstructed from the cloudy encampment of war that is constantly upon his head, and he nods. He speaks to his troops. If they need anything, you are to provide it. Understand? Yes, sir. Escort them back to their estate, but do not press. If they do not want your company, your guard, return back. Yes, sir. And he's going to start to make his way off unless anybody has any final words.
Captain, please send my regards to Constable Grashenko.
I will. I will say this. I don't trust him. But he is a good man. And I think he looks over you. I think you're all good men and women as well. I imagine the constable will seek you out. Good evening. May the gods protect you. And he starts scampering off.
And then as he starts to leave, she's gonna go like, wait, Captain, I actually have a question for you.
Yes.
So, as you know, my companions and I aren't exactly well versed with the customs here, but what are the names of the gods you worship, if you don't mind me asking?
That is a loaded question, my child. One I do not feel comfortable speaking. Not in these times. He kind of glances over at Boris, glances at you all. It seems that may indeed be the source of the conflict. I know which side I stand on. And I think I know which side you all stand on. You have my sword. This I promise you. So you think you got an answer without getting an answer. Kiev would have been proud of him.
And she's going just like, that's it. Well, thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. And he off.
So in reality, we're keeping these two guards safe while we go back to our keep. Right?
If you want to look at
Yeah,
it
pretty
that
much.
way. But again, if you don't want their assistance, they have orders to return.
And that's the point where Makoto just drops out from the roof. He seems nice.
Yeah.
They're going to kind of step away and give you all space.
It's alright, guys. You're not right.
We know. The other one kind of speaks. Thank you for what you did. It's a miracle we made it out alive. Our lives, my life, is yours.
If ever you should need our assistance, you know where to find us.
We appreciate that. I feel the
And
city's safer already.
Shizuka looks up and calls down for Naz. Like, Naz, you can get down now.
Naz kind of looks around. Oh, right. Makes his way down.
Makoto, did you grab that small metal object?
Yeah.
Okay. When you come down, is it in your hands? Is it visible?
I pocketed it.
Okay. More secrets.
I guess we start heading back home.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw my action. How?
Oh, you pull me aside?
Yeah.
Did Discord just completely die on me?
Whisper to you. What's up?
I think Discord just completely died on me.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
We can
okay.
hear you still, but you blipped for a sec. He's going to pull you aside and let you know what he thinks he got from the conversation. So this is just speculation on what we heard from the captain. I'm going to say from what it sounds like, the Merkava's head in the Tenyo might be dead.
We'll have to find out more details later, but
Just be prepared.
I'm starting to get a picture of what I think happened.
I'm also very serious about I should probably not return to the clerisy.
Given what we found out this evening, before, just now, that is true on so many levels.
Who knows? Maybe Constable Grashenko will have some work for me.
Maybe Constable Grushenko will have some work for all of us. We'll need to speak with him in our study once it's ready.
Your study was completed.
Oh, cool.
Ah, excellent.
Boris has a thought pop into his head. Do we know who we hired to construct it?
Kiev. Well, somebody working for Kiev. Not trustworthy, but efficient. They work for money more than anything else. And seems to
I
keep
know
their
exactly.
word, at least to the letter.
I know what you're thinking, Boris. It's bothering me too.
You alright?
I'm good.
You alright, Peter?
I'm good. Water went down the wrong tube. Shizuka, make sure to go over the wards when we get back to the manor.
Alright.
I want to make sure they're actually properly in place.
Okay.
Given who's hanging out in there.
Yes, but maybe we should table that conversation for now.
Precisely.
not in the least because poor Hal is dying IRL.
Right.
Oh no, because of the reason we got a warded room.
The Merkava kind of approach, the more soft spoken of the two. I hate to be a bother, sirs, madam, but it is getting late, and considering what is going on, we would feel better if we got you home safely.
Oh, I thought we were walking the whole time.
Oh, I just assumed you were talking in the streets. So, regardless,
I was under the impression it was walking and talking.
regardless, you guys get back to your estate. The Merkava, of course, you know, they thank you again, make their leave. You step foot inside, and then again, no attacks or anything like that. Pretty uneventful, as it were. Inside, Shizuka, I imagine you start to go right to work on the wards.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, I know it's a little late, but let's just take a quick short break, maybe somewhere 7-10 minutes ish. Does that work?
All right. Yeah.
Works for me.
All right, be right
Okay.
back, and I'm gonna shut down Discord and pull it back up.
Cool.
Gotcha.
All right. You guys ready to resume? Everybody here?
What's up going in?
Focus up, going in.
No.
Anyways, so you guys make it back to your manor. Shizuka takes ample time to investigate and determine the wards. At a cursory glance, everything seems to be good, but you can make an arcana check if you wish.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Arcana.
I'd say. Wait, is this an Arcana that I get a bonus on?
It's magical runes.
I don't know if that counts.
I don't know.
I don't feel like it does.
Can you smell what they say?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
So, as the inspections go under, it's going to obviously take more than just a couple minutes. But after maybe quarter of an hour, Shizuka, you feel as though the warding was done properly. You don't detect any signs of, I guess, malintent was sewn in.
Wait, can you repeat that?
So you don't detect.
Wards are good.
Yeah, you don't detect anything awry with the warding. Everything looks to be in order.
All right.
You think you have complete privacy.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that all happened. That's a lot.
Yeah, this is
Where to begin?
with a hard drink.
Well, bar is fully stocked.
We do have a very well-stocked bar.
Boris is going to go pour himself some vodka.
Well, that's right. How has our stronghold progressed?
Slowly but surely.
Okay.
I.e., I'm still working through the text and need to work with Atherin on like what it would entail for us as bonuses.
Yes.
Kind of.
And now that I have quasi-internet again, we can definitely find time to do so.
Mikoto's just gonna drop his disguise and make himself a drink as well.
Nice.
So, I fill Naz in on the stuff that I filled him in over the break, i.e., the stuff that happened last session. Yeah, by the way, Naz, that was literally one session.
Wait, what? So what happened the
All
other
of that
two
stuff we found
sessions?
out. Well, okay, it was 2 sessions because one of them we were underwater and almost died to a kraken, and then the other one we found out everything else.
Yeah, basically, the world's going to hell in a handbasket.
And then
Yes, that's yet. At least I don't remember if I've gotten the answer to. Why is it that they seem to be all? This all seems to be coming out of the woodwork now that the ring is non-functioning.
Maybe the ring was protected.
the balance of power has changed.
Look at that.
Well, the queen did tell you that the balance of power had to change.
So you think that now they're just going for a power grab, and well, I guess we think they're going for the power grab.
Somebody's trying to shift the power structure, the centralized energy, the prosperity of the city made it difficult to have a large and fast shift in power. With this kind of massive shift in the city's prosperity to the technology we know back in Tantibus, where not everything is powered by magic, it means that they can then blame it on this lack of magical power and lack of technology. So they can blame this shift, this power grab, on the changing social structure. Whereas before, there was status quo.
In other words, now that the city's not thriving anymore, all pretenses have been dropped, and the powers that be are just throwing their minions at each other or themselves.
Yep. And especially that, no, actually, they actually found a group who were hunting the Nagpa. And, I mean, given that they're hunting them, I think they were one down, from what I remember.
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
And
One of, what, 13, if I remember correctly?
Correct.
13.
And the thing is, the Nagpa is the group that's withholding Susanoo.
Yeah. They were in the basement of House Alarian.
Of course they were.
Boris knocks back his vodka at the mention of 13.
Unlucky number.
At least they're not an organization.
Oh, by the way,
Pretty hard.
Makoto, did you ever find out what that explosion on the roof was?
Makoto's just gonna pull the metal object out of his pocket.
Naz recognizes it immediately.
Yeah, and he's just gonna flick it towards Naz. Look familiar?
Yes.
Bullet casing. Pretty big. Bigger than your rifle.
Oof.
Things are coming together.
Yeah, Naz is gonna start like looking to see if there's anything he can glean from this other than someone's firing something larger caliber than what he has, and he's jealous.
Okay. You can make an investigate, or if you have any arcanist or not arcanist. What's your class?
Artificer.
Artificer. Yeah, type skills.
I mean, investigate kind of works. So mine is partially like kind of Magitech, but I don't know if this one is. Here's Tinker Tools.
All right. So the casing itself, it's not so much large as far as caliber goes. I mean, it's a pretty decent size, but it is very elongated out. It looks like it was designed for a long distance shot.
So we're talking just a high grain count.
Absolutely.
Does it? So I know with a normal rifle casing, you can actually tell the actual caliber. Am I able to tell like if it is just a longer range, higher grain bullet, or is it actually a larger round as well?
So it is slightly larger than the caliber you would use within your weapon. And it is definitely crafted for a very long distance shot.
I tell him, this is meant to kill people really far away. Really, really far away.
Then I think I was right.
How far are they? Oh, shit.
The group.
And I pull out one of my shell casings and put it down next to it as an example, so you guys can see, even from a layman's approach, the size difference.
You don't think that
They were a lookout for whoever shot that gun. The attack, it was a distraction.
You don't think that they're also now going to pin it on us because he uses a rifle now, do we?
Well, considering the difference in sizes, I don't think he can be accused of this one.
And also a very high-ranking captain would also, presumably, though I don't think you really have any doubts, vouch that it was indeed not Naz.
Good.
Still.
Naz was making a lot of noise on that roof.
Yeah, on a different roof.
A different roof, yeah.
Just saying.
Naz does kind of sit back and think, someone's stealing my MO.
So I think Petrovich and those other two were the lookout. The reason they didn't get involved is that they didn't care. It was their distraction.
Right.
Nefarious indeed.
Which I don't know if. Okay, using my superior math skills.
Oh God! He walks over to the chalkboard.
With us, we should just have a wall painted in chalkboard paint.
Well, actually, this would probably be something I'd have to do on scene. But basically, would I be able to figure out the exact ballistics trajectory to find out where the shot came from, like precisely?
You would probably need a little bit more time at the crime scene, but you could do some rudimentary kind of workings here. The issue is, does anyone have a map of the city?
I bought one.
You
Yes.
did indeed. If only you had a map of the city, Naz.
I muse out loud. If only I had a map of the city.
Oh,
There's
off.
a map of the city in front of you.
He's like, aha!
All right.
Look at that.
So you
and
can
he-
make
he-
me like a base intelligence check, or if you can
was thinking
rationalize any skills.
investigation. Investigation seems pretty apt for this.
Yeah, it's that totally works. So Naz just starts looking at the map, and I imagine at some point they're like, "Stop marking on it,"
Yup.
as you're using you know the chalk that you had in your hand. You try to kind of calculate, and you're facing. You assume. Just by kind of what Makoto, you had basically described the area, yes?
Yeah, and I think I also would have mentioned that the dude who came in to deliver the report came from the north,
Correct.
because I did see
Wait.
that.
So, putting 2 and 2 together, you start to, again, draw on this map. And as everyone's kind of crowded around watching Naz, he draws a line from where you were straight to the point where you guys arrived.
The Tenyo chamber.
Bingo.
Huh. I was right.
Also, Naz, that's
Also,
just
damn it.
like chalk that can be erased, right? That map was kind of expensive.
I look at him go, eh.
He's like,
Hell,
but I did
we
a
have an
thing, and it
entire
was impressive.
Hell, we have enough money to furnish this entire fucking house. We can afford
Or I
a
can
goddamn
just
map.
clean it.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming it's like a papyrus or a cloth map. Like it's not just regular. Even with regular paper, chalk comes off.
It
Mikoto's
is
just
a
gonna-
very fine map. You have no
In
problem.
defense, I am not very smart.
She's just going to give Hal a look and just roll her eyes. Said, you got it memorized?
I look around to the others and go, should we go look around the area, see if we can find any other clues left behind?
That and, can your drone get a picture of this and save it?
I kind of slap Droney on the head, and it kind of scoots over and does things, and then moves away again. I think you got it.
Right.
Mikoto cast prestidigitation.
I was gonna do that, but sure.
I take back my now clean map.
Fair enough. As he just folds it and crams it down into his knapsack.
Bag of holding.
Right.
Is that what we're calling the front of his pants?
I actually have a bag of holding, so
Oh,
also
okay.
the bag of holding.
Anyways, enough of the bag of bulging. Yeah,
We're never gonna get monetized.
never ever,
Okay.
or maybe extra monetized. Anyways, you're
On Twitch,
fairly
stream to Pornhub.
you're fairly certain that yeah, the intended target was indeed the Tenyo.
Boris has this moment of, aha, I was right. Oh fuck, I was right.
Accurate.
Well, I'll say,
They also said that they had some kind of permit with the clerisy, and we did see a bogatir with them. So I think we know who ordered that power move.
Indeed. Sounds like one of the great powers is certainly flexing some muscle.
And Chizuki just sighs and just goes, how do we always get mixed up in these things?
Quite easily, in fact.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I'm set to these kinds of things to find them in some way, shape, or form.
it's our winning personality.
Sure.
Sure, let's go with that. Alright. Let's just go.
So what's the plan?
My plan is to finish my drink.
Are we going tonight, or are we going to wait until tomorrow when some of you who took a bit of a beating have had a little bit of time to rest?
Well, you imagine
I'd say let's go in daylight, just in case my suspicions on.
What do we imagine?
you would imagine that the Merkava would probably quarantine the area, but you might be able to persuade them.
I was gonna say, if we're worried,
Half the party can fly.
I was about to say, and Droney can cloak for an hour. If we just want to surveil.
To be fair, I am not talking about me. I'm perfectly fine.
I like that we've got friggin' Naz over here, literally playing something. Like we're all playing D&D. Naz is off playing Ghost Recon.
Like 4D chess.
Just cloaking and cloaking drones and guns.
He can activate his stealth field.
I mean, he's literally insane. So when he says these words, you don't think anything of it. He's just literally making shit up.
I mean, yeah, I can go tonight if everybody else is up for it.
All right. Before or after a short rest?
Short rest sounds good.
I'd just like to reiterate my issues with going tonight. In the event that my thoughts aren't completely unfounded, it's going to be really suspicious with us waltzing around where the crime scene was, quote unquote, looking for evidence. Really, we could be cleaning up whatever was left.
And you know what? You just gave a very good reason that we should go as soon as we're done with the short rest.
I look over and go, so what we need is plausible deniability.
I'm actually more surprised you're not considering the other threat that may still be.
The vampires thing? Or the fact that they could be cleaning up the evidence.
Wait. What vampires thing?
Yeah, what?
This was not mentioned yet.
The thing
I was fighting.
Oh, okay, those.
Little gremlin things?
Yeah, the closest thing that anybody's come up with is vampire.
I mean,
The vampire
turned into mist.
Yeah, the thing I was fighting, the one that pieced.
One, that's still out there. Two, they could be cleaning up the evidence.
Which means we should, so short rest so we're ready in case we run into them, but no longer than that because otherwise we might be too late. We all in agreement on that?
Yeah.
That works.
I would say I'd almost rather leave now, or have like some of the people who don't need it.
I want my spell slots back.
I know you.
Also
I know
my
that
hit points.
there are some people who need it. Like Naz will volunteer to kind of forward scout while you guys rest up.
I can also forward scout. I'm very fast and
Literally-
also took basically no damage.
I was gonna say, all I needed to do after combat was reload my rifle, so I'm good.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
So I actually have to spend a full round reloading after 3 shots. We have yet to do a combat where I shoot 4 times.
Well, that would be a very lengthy battle indeed.
All right. So if no one has any opposition, then yeah, I think Naz is gonna go scout ahead to see, just so that we're not giving them a chance to clean up without us seeing.
Just Naz, or is Hal going to?
Naz, you should go. How long does it take to sync up 2 specific radio earpiece things?
Attunement?
Oh, we would have to attune. Which do I have I don't have an attunement slot, so never mind. I was gonna say you could attune it on your way over and have.
Do I still have that tiny message automaton that we got like forever ago?
The book?
No. We had I don't remember exactly when, but it wasn't Tantibus. At what point
Is it in your inventory?
Probably not. Because I don't think I ever put it in. Because literally we got it, and then I sent it on a message, and then we forgot about it.
Then no.
Okay, fair enough.
It's still sitting somewhere in
I imagine so, yeah.
Had you taken the time to maybe write it down, we could have had a slightly different argument.
Fair enough.
It's literally just sitting in Valoris, like,
Like,
where's my
Can't
master?
actually,
Where are these
can't actually
at?
argue.
Oh
Fair
God,
enough, fair enough.
the bard probably fell drunk in the river again.
It went and found Lubu, and Lubu is now confused.
Yep.
Lubu has taken it as a small child and is raising it to be a warrior.
Oh God.
This sounds good.
I love
Perfection.
it. Okay.
Let's just stay in contact with somebody, I guess. Stay
I don't know how.
hidden. Stay hidden. You can always take a perch and send Droney back with a message if you need to.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Don't
Yeah.
engage
Then I'm
unless
gonna
you
go
know you can win.
yeah, right. I'm gonna go fly my ass over there then.
All right.
Back over there.
I'm sending you just a short message here
Okie doke. On what?
on what you see.
On Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh no, I'll have to log in and check. All right. Aside from that, not a whole lot is going on, but you see them bringing material into the area. Did you see the scene
Okay.
from 13th Warrior? When they're prepping to save the town? And they're sharpening sticks and that sort of thing. You see a lot of
Dude.
that.
It's been probably 20 years since I've seen that movie.
No problem. It's great. You should check it out again. But you see them again. They've basically cordoned off the streets. No one is allowed in or out. They're bringing in wood and lumber, and a few of them have put down their swords, picked up the hammer, and are just building things. They seem to be again barricades, barriers. You see some of them with an axe, kind of sharpening up sticks and such. That's not just the area that you're at. You can see that they're placing those to the Tenyo.
Wait, so they're blocking out the Tenyo?
Yes. Like they're
Oh.
setting up for siege warfare, like against cavalry even.
In the streets?
In the streets. They're just beginning to do this. Obviously, it hasn't been an incredible amount of time.
Right. Okay.
And yes, in the streets.
All right. Are they only doing the streets, or are they like trying to make posts up on the buildings surrounding the streets?
You
and
haven't
stuff
really
like that?
noticed any of that, but again, not a lot of time has passed. But considering the amount of effort they're going through already,
Mhm.
it would not put it. You would not put it past them.
Okay. Well, it's time for me to start failing some stealth rolls.
Okay.
So I'm going to have Droney put me down, kind of hidden, but on top of one of the buildings in the area.
Okay.
And I guess we can say I give just a quick whispered voice communication of what I see really quick to send back, and then
Okay.
basically tell Droney to go report back and then come back to me.
Video
However
log.
long that takes. Yeah. Exactly. Now, I'm assuming that I'm just gonna kind of try to make my way around, making various either perception or investigation checks, and using my little grappling hook arm to get myself around the buildings.
Correct.
Okay. So I don't know how you want to do this dice wise.
Tell me, I know that kind of how you're doing it. What is your intent? You're just kind of gathering as much intel as you can, or are you actually searching for something in particular? Trying to get somewhere particular?
So I'm just trying to just continue investigating, trying to find if they've set up or done anything that I haven't just immediately and apparently noticed, and also kind of killing time until Droney gets back.
Okay. So make me 3 perception rolls, drop them in the bucket.
Okay. I don't know if you want me to make a stealth roll as I try to zip around.
You don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Okay. So, again, we already dealt with the kind of cursory glance, the obvious stuff. One thing that you will notice with your first roll, up towards where the Tenyo are, you can see that you kind of overlook and see a conversation. You see several of the Tenyo, or not the Tenyo, the Merkava speaking with lords and lady of the house. It seems, again, it's a little bit of a confrontation.
Okay.
And whatever that conversation is, it's got that lord and lady of the house in a kind of kerfuffle. You see them kind of talk. Several of the Merkava move in, and they, again, during your time is going to pass. You see them kind of carrying out, essentially, think of it like luggage. They're loading it up. A cart has been brought around, and you can see that they're loading some of the stuff up. You see several Merkava kind of moving in and out. Not all of them are bringing stuff out. So you can take that how you wish.
Naz is going to use his extraordinary ability, jump to conclusions, to decide that this lord and lady are being evicted and sent on a vacation they don't want to go on.
Correct. Presumably.
That's what Naz going with. He believes that is fully true, and nothing can convince him otherwise.
Some time is going to go by again. You're going to see several horses come with carts, and a good half dozen of the Merkava will start lifting, and you rolled very well on this one, just lifting these large, heavy objects out. You are going to be able to identify it. Cannons.
Okay. Do these look like, are these typical cannons, or are these, like, I guess, more mechanical?
Not
more
mechanical, think more, you don't know if they had them up here, but you can't imagine. They probably got them from the quarter of salt, the port side, because they look like they would fit very well at home on a galleon.
Okay. And that's exactly what I was asking. Okay, perfect.
Some more time is...
And I'm assuming they are setting these up in position pointing towards the Tenyo. Yes?
Away from the Tenyo.
So wait, they barricaded the Tenyo and they're setting the cannons facing away from the Tenyo.
That is correct.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Okay. What is in the direction away from the Tenyo?
Again, just the noble district. It looks like you're a fairly intelligent individual.
Right.
It is looking like they are barricading in, like a siege is coming. They're going to be able to, if something were to storm across the Tenyo, they will blow it to hell.
So the cannons are being mounted on the Tenyo side of the wall that they erect.
That is correct.
Okay. Got it.
It looks... obviously, a cannon is an offensive weapon, but they're using it, defensively, so to speak.
I'm tracking now.
Gotcha.
They're making a DMZ, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Your last roll wasn't as good as the first two, unfortunately. So you're only going to get bits and pieces of things.
Okay.
Within the Tenyo house, very quickly you see a curtain move off to the side. You can tell that it's a person looking out, but very quickly the curtain goes back. You're unable to identify said person.
You said I am going to be able to
You are
identify him?
unable to, unfortunately.
Unable. Okay.
And that's roughly your hour's worth while they're resting, coming over.
Okay. Sounds good.
And you obviously see the constable. He's speaking with just about everybody. He takes particular notes of the area that the houses where you guys had your battle, and you see him up and investigating and just really getting into it. Very, I guess, Sherlock Holmesian, so to speak.
Now, I don't know. I'm trying to think of without metagaming, but to our knowledge, is Constable still our friend? Like from our most recent interactions? Because I think the last time I remember seeing him was rescuing Zendra.
Well, let's poll the party. Friend or foe?
Friend.
There's your answer.
Okay, then that's what I thought. After being sneaky, lurky, I think I'm actually going to rappel down the side and then march up to the constable.
Okay.
Go.
Unstealthily?
Yeah, just out in the open. Like I'm done being stealthy Heidi.
Gotcha. About this point, the party, you guys have all moved back to this area. You'll see the constable, you'll see the Merkava. They are going to stop you at first, but they're not going to detain you. They will allow you back in because they will specifically tell you the constable has questions for you. And it was very nice for you to come to him as opposed to him having to search for you.
To come all the way up.
Essentially. And you'll see Naz roughly about this point. Naz, you can go ahead and start the conversation. The constable, of course, will see you coming since you weren't stealthing. And if it isn't my little gnome friend.
I go, hiya, and I kind of look down the street towards where the cannons are pointed. So what are we expecting today?
Oh, you noticed that, did you?
Oh, yeah. Couldn't help.
Well, let's say Lord Maxim is perhaps being a little overzealous.
I give him the look that I am attempting to convey. Seriously, dude, speak plainly. We go way back. I don't know how successful I'm going to be at conveying that with my weird little face.
Yeah,
but...
no problem. He kind of sees the odd gestures that you're making.
Like,
so I will skip the pretense, and he will see your companions, and he'll wave them over as you guys were talking to a Merkava. So you guys will catch almost 90% of the conversation here. I'm sure there's no hiding this from you, but one of the tenure has been killed. And let's just say there's a bit of a squabble amongst the remaining members. I don't know how this will play out, but there will be no more attempts. I assure you this. At least, no more successful attempts.
I look at him and go, squabble? What's there to squabble about? One of their members died.
He kind of looks down his nose at the gnome and looks over at the party like, really? Oh, it's just too much. Anyways, it's Tantibus. Long have they ruled. A new successor is going to be needed to be appointed. I do not know who that is, but if I had money on a horse in this race, I would bet Gregor. But
I look at him and go, was it their leader that died?
Yeah.
Yes, the Primor.
I go,
Artem.
oh.
And I think I got a token. Hold on. Let's do some of this. I'd have to put it on a map.
I'm assuming by now the party's kind of approached.
Yeah, they've joined the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Primor, basically the head of the Merkava, not the Maxim brother, but oh, we could do this. Do we still have the evidence board? Yeah. Sorry, it's gonna be big. Boop.
As expected. Oh my god.
Loads a lot faster though.
Yeah, it do.
Well, that's good. Maybe it's just Discord that's me and the. All right.
The fucking John Madden over the Brother Hawk and Brother Midnight. Oh my god.
Well, they're never gonna win if they don't score any points. Thanks, Madden. All right. So he's telling you that Primor Artem Fedor is dead.
Okay.
Now, as we all know, the true leadership are the Maxim brothers. Okay?
Right.
But the day-to-day runnings are typically done through proxy through the three below them.
Right. The Marquess, the Primer, and the Decount.
That is correct.
Okay.
And from left to right, we've got the mercantile, the military, and the clerisy.
Okay.
And Grushenko will turn to you. Did you see the man with the gold mask?
We did not.
I look around at the others like I have no idea what he's talking about.
I've seen that rifle he carries around on his back.
We did not see him, but we saw the other two, along with Petrovich.
Yes, but I think we all saw the death set in motion.
I look at him.
Yes.
What?
You still have the casing?
Yep. I was gonna pull out the casing and show it to him. I was like, "Do you know this?" Or can you describe the gun in a little bit better detail?
So in short, he's going to describe. I'm not going to go into
that's
physical
fine.
detail.
Yeah.
A very high-powered sniper rifle is how we would equate to it.
I'm gonna pull mine out and go, bigger than this?
PSG-1, because that's the only one I know from Solid Snake. Okay.
You can use that against Sniper Wolf. Hurry up and save Meryl.
God damn it. But yeah, so I pull out mine and show it to Console. I go, bigger than this?
May I have that?
At your own risk. And I hand it to him with a smile.
He puts 2 fingers in his mouth, makes a whistling sound. One of the Merkaba come over just immediately. He places it in his hands. He looks him dead in the eyes and says, "Take this to every person you know who has the ability to scry immediately. Go!" And the guy just takes off running.
Oh, there goes my gun.
I thought it was the casing.
It is the casing.
Oh, it is
The shell
casing.
casing,
I thought
yeah.
he was asking for my rifle.
No.
I totally thought he just freaking gave my rifle to somebody.
That's
and
so funny.
ran off
You
with
hand
it.
over your rifle first, and he's like,
well, that's why I
"That's
said at
quite
your own
nice.
risk.
Let me see the shell."
Okay. Because I totally want. I'm still waiting for somebody to try to fire my rifle. I want it to happen.
Oh my god. We'll
It's
see.
a guaranteed misfire.
We'll see what happens. Oh, boom. Let us get down to brass tacks. I think we're safe here, but he'll kind of motion you inside the house, the one that they have taken custody over. They're using it as a forward station. You see nothing but Merkava moving in. You see all the furniture's been kind of pushed and made way. They've commandeered the table, and you can see a sprawling map of the city. They're starting to place markers and that sort of thing. The man with the golden mask. Who does he work for?
Clerisy.
Indeed. That is the crux of our problem. Was it the Marquess? Was it Casimir? Was it just the High Curate? I do not know. But blood has been shed this night.
There is another conversation to have regarding this.
Do share.
Perhaps back at our abode, away from prying gazes of the more mystical type.
He looks at the gnome. He says, "Plainly, huh? I get it. I'm sure."
Mako just whispers over.
I just cut out. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Oh, he looked at you and said, "Speak plainly." As Hal just did this elaborate
We
kind of.
have a place in which we can speak plainly
No, I understand.
without being overheard.
Eyes and ears everywhere. But
Indeed.
if it's important, is the time invested worth it?
Yes.
I see. He goes over to one of the standing captain rank, some high-ranking Merkaba. You're in charge until I get back, understood? If I'm not back in 30 minutes, he will say, you will send an attachment, you will come, and you will get me out. Just in case. He'll point. He'll point to you. They are not the enemy. Understood? He kind of nods his helmet. Yes, sir. Let us go. Okay.
March off into the distance merrily.
We go.
Yeah. A horse and carriage has been pulled around. You guys will have speedy access to your estate. You guys arrive. We're going to skip all the mundane stuff. He gets inside. Now, will you tell me what the is so important?
There is a colony of Illithid helping run the Clerisy.
He looks at you, kind of tugs at his soul patch a little bit, takes off his hat, sets it down, I don't know, on a chair, whatever is close. Immediately walks over, noticing that you had a furnished bar. opens up the bottle, looks at the glass, tips the bottle back. Are you fucking kidding me?
You're gonna want more than that.
The man in the metal mask and his companions, the ones that attacked our old friend Asau, they were after the children. Their minds are malleable, more sustaining to Illithid.
It's making all. It makes sense, but how?
I have no fucking clue.
He looks at you, Boris. How could you let this happen?
I got hired a year ago. What the fuck did you
I'm
want
not
me to
even
do?
from here, man.
It's just like I was born 3 years ago and I got hired last year.
Sorry, I do not mean to misplace my anger.
No, I mean, I'm part of the clerisy. I'm just as shocked as you are to find out, you know.
I've sent men to investigate. I'm hoping to hear a report within the hour.
There is something extremely wrong with the divine.
Everything, really.
In everything but the divines of your land. Nobody knows names. There's no direction of the worship. You simply worship. Where we're from, every deity is known by name. You worship a deity, or all of them, but you still know who you worship. We think there's some kind of artifact that is gathering the energy put out by this worship.
You see his eyebrows raise when you say the word artifact. What is this artifact?
We don't know, but we think it's something from the founding of your city. The other cities having to do with... The hell was his name? The
Golden Emperor?
Golden Emperor?
His eyebrows raise even higher when you say that name.
It's likely something to do as well with the ring itself.
He looks
and
at...
given that it's damaged, well, it seems to be like a perfect time for whoever our hidden enemy is to make their move.
He looks at all of you. Can you be trusted?
Can anyone?
We're bringing this to you, so...
I'm asking you, man to man. Can you be trusted? Can you be trusted with the truth?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
He starts to unbutton and kind of pulls back his shirt. He points to the... You can only see kind of the fingertips. There on his shoulders. I've described the... It kind of looks like tattoos hanging there before.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Let me tell you. When I met one of the agents of the Golden Emperor.
That's a hell of a cliffhanger.
So I told him it was worth it.